check us out. And we love wrestling.
We love wrestling. Watch that shit.
You rapping?
Hey, what's up, you guys? It is Brooke Havok here. And if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling.
We love wrestling. We love wrestling.
We love wrestling.
I told you we love wrestling. Yeah!
Welcome to another Women in Wrestling. Ooh. Today, from GA to Cali, actually from Cali to GA, now back to Cali, we got the Wicked Witch of the West, the queen of the emos. Yeah, I took that off your social media. I saw you say that the other day.
Hell yeah.
We have Brooke Havok with us today. How you doing today, Brooke?
What's up, you guys? I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Before I ask the first question we always ask to start, Brooke, are you an introvert?
Yes, definitely.
I asked this question because, God, I saw Brooke over Mania weekend at the All Caribbean Wrestling show. I'm sitting there and I look over. I said, "Is that Brooke over there?" They was like, "Yeah, that's Brooke." I was like, "Brooke to herself." They was like, "Yeah." I was like, Brooke may be kind of like me. So I had to run over to her. I was like, "How you doing, Brooke? I'm Terry. We love wrestling and everything. Just wanted to say hi. I like what you're doing. I might reach out for you for a podcast. You have a good day, but I like what you did." Then I walked away. And she was like, "Okay." Brooke, how did you just looking at me like, I don't know this guy. He just comes out of nowhere like.
No, once you mentioned it, I was like, oh, okay, so he's the We Love Wrestling guy. So I definitely realized, like, once you said it. So it was pretty cool. But yes, I am a very introverted person, unless I'm in the ring. So
I'm an introvert myself also, but so Brooke had to talk. Glad to see you back in the ring. But before we get into all that, the first question I always ask here is, why do you love wrestling, or what started your love for wrestling?
So I actually got introduced to wrestling by my oldest brother when I was like 7 years old. We would always play WWE Raw versus Smackdown 07 and 08. Those were my jam, general manager mode. We would just go crazy on there. But yeah, ever since then, he just had like collections of pay-per-views and DVDs and stuff. And I didn't really grow up with cable and stuff. So we would just sit there and watch those DVDs 24/7.
Were you one of the, because I ain't have cable a lot, so were you one that watched the scribbly lines when the pay-per-views came on?
I did not. So my brother, he was working at the time because he was like 18 or something. So he would save up his money and he would like pay for the pay-per-views and stuff for us to watch and stuff like that.
Oh, you got a good big brother. 07. I was watching pay-per-views then. I do have a lot of DVDs. It was a DVD collection back then if I didn't get to watch the pay-per-view lives. So 07, 08 Raw SmackDown. Who were some of your favorite people watching then?
I was like a huge Taker fan, still am to this day. That's my goat right there. I was a big fan of Edge, Shawn Michaels, Lita, of course, all of them.
If it was one dream, I've never asked this, so this is great. If you had one dream match from GM mode, not that you could make, Raw SmackDown 07, what match is that?
Man, I've always been a huge fan of the Edge Taker match from WrestleMania. So I like those two are literally my two favorites. So them and the Shawn Taker WrestleMania match, those two are like my favorites.
Shawn and Taker, Edge and Taker. A lot of people sleep on that Edge and Taker. Was it a Hell in a Cell at SummerSlam? Because I think that's when I went back into wrestling, and it was in my city. So I remember that vividly. I don't know if it was 07, but I know it was a SummerSlam. They came and or Undertaker got him at the end in the cage. It was something, but it was a dope match. But let's talk about you, Brooke. You're in California. You're a graduate of Nightwear Factory. So you go to Georgia. How do you get from California to Georgia to even start wrestling?
It was such a wild experience, actually. So I had like decided that I wanted to try out wrestling and stuff, and it was during COVID time, so no schools were actually really open. And in NorCal at the time, there weren't very many schools at all. So I saw Cody's little Facebook post that said like he was opening up a school and applications were being accepted. And I was like, there's probably no chance they're going to pick a girl from California with like zero experience, but let me try it out. So I submitted my application, and like a couple weeks later, I got the call from QT's wife, Carolyn, and they were inviting me to the Nightmare Factory. And I had a month to prepare to move all my stuff from California to Georgia and move out there for 3 months. So I basically put my entire apartment into a storage unit and packed up my car and drove the 2,500 miles to Georgia.
You drove that by yourself?
I drove that with my family.
Oh,
and then
okay.
they flew back, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say that's a long trip to take by yourself.
Yeah, it is a rough one.
So Nightmare Factory, you training and everything. Maybe I'm wrong. I believe from everything I've seen, your first match on AEW Dark was against Britt Baker.
Yeah, that was actually my very first singles match ever, so another crazy story.
How did you feel about that match? Because Cody Kane walking out with you. He don't walk out with everybody when they going on AEW Dark for a match and everything. How did that feel for you?
It was such a surreal experience. It's still crazy to me, like even watching it back and stuff. And so I didn't even know that he was gonna come out with me or anything. He kind of said it like right before it was gonna happen, and I was like, "What?" So I just felt all the pressure to just like being my first match and representing the Nightmare Factory, like being one of the first students to go to Dark and stuff, and like only having essentially like 3 or 4 months of training under my belt. I was like, I really got to do this. Got to give it 100% and make my coaches proud. So I really hope I did that. They were really happy after. Well, Cody said a lot of really nice things, so it was such a wild experience.
So this gonna hurt a little bit. So we see you do the match. People were speaking highly of you. This 2021, I believe, in maybe the fall, winter time. You have a match, torn ACL and meniscus. And you go away. How was the recovery process and preparing to get back? Also, I was looking online. I saw people did a lot of benefit shows for you while you was hurt. Everything. How did that make you feel? Also,
Yeah, the whole thing was so rough because like as you said that there was a lot of hype for those few matches, and like people were being really kind to me on the internet even though I was so green and so like not good at the time, but everybody was being very kind and supportive of me. And then to just get all of that like stripped away completely, it kind of like mentally it definitely messed with me a lot, but I was still motivated and stuff. And I was like, I'm going to do whatever it takes and I'm going to make it back there. And there was like sort of a miscommunication with one of my doctors. He said that it would be like 3 to 6 months recovery, which ACL meniscus is 8 to 12 months at like the least. So I had heard that one person say that, and I was like, okay, 6 months, I'm gonna come back, and like, there's no stopping that. So I worked really hard, even though I shouldn't have come back. I came back at 6 months. A month into that, I was just totally overcompensating with my right knee, and I blew ACL, meniscus, partial MCL, LCL in that knee, and once again got everything taken away from me and had to go through surgery again. That was the point where the internet went crazy and everybody was supporting me. They started like a GoFundMe to help me out with all the surgery costs because it was so expensive, like over $50,000 of medical bills and stuff like that. So they really helped me out with that. People back home did a benefit show at East Bay Pro Wrestling. It was Holiday Havoc, where a bunch of like my close wrestling friends wrestled, and they just had a whole show for me, and like that stuff, it still makes me like super emotional because like people cared so much and had so much love for me. So that was like that's another thing that just motivated me to come back, like just get stronger and like just get back into it, because I know this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. So I spent the whole year uh doing so much PT, going to different like physical therapists and stuff, and now I feel like I have 2 brand new knees, so it's a lot better now. But yeah, it was a rough process.
2 brand 2 brand new knees. Let's talk about it. Are people scared because you got the braces on your knees and everything? People scared you use them braces in the matches against them.
I do use the braces. It's a part of my finish now. I do like a twist of fate into a 1 knee code breaker. I call that the PTS knee. But yeah, sometimes I did have to switch up my moveset a bit. I used to love doing like flying head scissors and ranas and stuff like that, but I don't want to actually like slice somebody's face up with these metal braces. So I did change that up a bit.
So you come back from injury. I see you at ACW. I know it's you, Brooke. I know it's you coming out, but you said you did a lot of PT. Were you working on your upper body because you look jacked? You look like you got
Yeah.
meat on you.
So with the injuries and stuff, there came a lot of, well, with there was a lot less haters than the positivity, but I did see a lot of comments saying like, "Oh, she's so small, that's why she got injured and stuff," and those kind of motivated me. And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna prove them wrong." I put on like 25 pounds of weight, and I just went ham in the gym. I was like, I'm gonna come back and look like a whole different person, so they can't say, "Oh, she's too small for wrestling" and stuff like that.
Yo, she came out, people, and when she came, hold on. I said, Brooke then came out. She got muscles bulging when she took the shirt off. I said, look at oh my goodness. Brooke is strong
A
out
little bit
here.
of shoulders.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Brooke, I was highly impressed. Then you face we here now and talk about it. You face someone else who got the strong physique and body and everything, Maserati. But you had a lot of matches over Mania weekend. How was your Mania for you?
It was definitely such a cool experience. It was my first Mania that I actually got to be a part of since I was on recovery for last year. So I was like, I'm accepting as many bookings as I could get, and I had about like 6 matches that weekend within like 3 or 4 days. So I had so much fun. I got to wrestle people that were on my list of people that I wanted to wrestle. Maserati was on that list, and I got to do that. So we had a lot of fun together. I definitely hope we can have another match again in the future.
I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about this. One of my favorite people. I saw you take a widow's peak
Yes.
from Victoria after your match with Billy Starks. How was that at the first? What was it? The first like Jewish.
Huge WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah, my knees are still crying from that. My knees were 6 feet under after that widow's peak, but we're all good now.
Okay. Okay. Uh, I didn't know if I want to touch, but I'm gonna touch on it. You said people said you're so small, that's why you got injured and everything. Do people? Because I see a lot of, I don't know if I call them small wrestlers, but y'all pack a lot of punch. All the wrestlers who people call short and small out here and anything. Does that give you extra motivation, or do you hear that a lot from people?
Every time I hear that, it sticks with me, and I'm like, I'm just gonna prove these people wrong, and it just motivates me even more to show them the strength and power that I actually have. Even though I may not be the biggest person in the room at all times, I still want to bring as much as I can.
I was on YouTube, Brooke. I see you out here blogging.
Oh no, not the blogs.
To be an introvert, I check your blogs, and you having a lot of fun. Look like on your blogs with clips you're putting in and everything. Is is that helping you like open up more with your personality doing the blogs? Because it's like you don't hold nothing.
Yeah, I feel like people can get a better understanding of who I actually am outside of the ring by watching those vlogs. I'm definitely like such an awkward, goofy, silly type of person. And it's definitely embarrassing those vlogs, but people are super kind and stuff, and I'll get kids that come up to me at shows and they're like, "Oh my gosh, we love your vlogs so much." And they like write me notes about it and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing these vlogs if people are liking them.
I watched it. I was like, okay, this is an actual look at the person. Like I don't have a problem with it. It's fun to actually see that side and everything of people when it's shown like that. So keep doing them. I think they come out maybe every Wednesday, or you try to get them out every Wednesday. I had my notifications on once I found it. So
Yeah, we do try to get them out on Wednesdays. And I also do like a bunch of mini vlogs for shows and stuff on my actual Instagram. They're only like a minute long, and it's kind of my wrestling weekends in a little minute clip. And I shotgun a lot of energy drinks, guys.
that is one of my favorite things where people show like their weekend trips of wrestling or what they had to do. Um, More people should do that. Take after Brooke. She's the leader of the emo heads. Let's talk about it. I know what an emo head is, but if people don't know, what is an emo head and why are you the leader?
So I get this question all the time. People kind of laugh at the emo head thing. But I'm just a huge fan of emo, pop punk, hardcore music, all of that. So that's basically, I've gone to like so many like rock concerts, emo concerts and stuff like that. I go to a bunch of emo nights. So I'm just a little punk kid too, as you could see. So I was like, I'm just gonna call myself the leader of the emo heads. And I actually didn't like announce that or anything. I just like thought it would be funny because people have those little headers on Twitter, and I was like, I'm gonna make this my header, and I never said anything about it, but people kind of just went away with it, and now everybody calls me the leader of the Hemo Heads. So it's pretty funny.
Because when we were sending the messages, I was like leader of the emo heads. I was like, why she write this up here? But I was like, people do write whatever they want to in the name, so it's right here. We can see it, so no issues with that.
Yeah, I actually did it as a joke. I didn't expect people to actually say that a lot, but
You got to run with it now. When I saw that, also, GCW had the emo fight. One of my favorite, well, surprising emo people who I would love to see in a match. I usually ask people this, but I wouldn't. The one match I want to see you is you and Janai Kai. If you're the leader of the emo heads
yes.
and what she did on emo fight, I feel like y'all styles would just mesh so well. But from that, then I asked you my question. It's 2023. I asked people, do you have 3 people that you would like to face in 2023? Just to see what's out there.
Yes. So, I've had like one person specifically since I started training, and that's Kylie Ray. I've always been such a huge fan of her. So she's definitely in that top 3 for sure. Kylan King, she's killing it. She's been killing it for like the past couple of years. Somebody who I've watched through the injuries and stuff. And I would say it's always so hard because I just have so many people that I want to wrestle, but I definitely, this one's probably a reach for the year, but Yuka Sakazaki, She is so great, and I feel like we could have a banger match together.
TJPW, get Brooke over to Japan. I see y'all inviting people over. Get her over to Japan. So you want to be the first person to face Kylie Ray after she has her baby?
Yes, yeah, I saw that, the announcement on Twitter, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so crazy. I was like, dang. I was trying to get this match in too.
I saw that. I was like, oh man, I don't know. She might hang it up after that, but we shall see now. Kylie still got some years in her. Let's go. Uh-oh. Do you have time for a serious question?
Yeah, of course.
This is the most serious question I ask on the podcast to everybody. It determines how the rest of the interview goes. So, The Rock or Stone Cold?
That one's so tough, but I'm gonna have to say Stone Cold. Because he's more my vibe, you know? And I got the double knee braces. Oh, hell yeah, let's go. I'm so dead.
Stone Cold. I asked this. We keep tally to 20. We're on our third one, but with this one, no, we're on our fourth one. But with this one, you've just taken Stone Cold up to 9. The Rock has 18 though. First to 20.
Damn.
We
Strong lead.
First to 20. Uh-oh. Gotta ask this to you, Brooke. Do you like Cali or Georgia better?
So Cali is home for me. So it would always have to be Cali because I always want to come back here. But Georgia's, it's really fun to be out there, and like all my wrestling friends are out there, the people who I did camp with and stuff like that. I lived with like 5 wrestlers at one point for like 8 months or something. So I I always want to go back to Georgia a lot. I'm probably going back a few times this year over there for some shows and just to train with everybody at the Nightmare Factory again.
So Cali's your home, NorCal?
Yeah.
All right. Who's some of your goats in wrestling from NorCal, or some of the people that, you know, when someone says NorCal and they ask you name wrestlers, you should know that's from NorCal. Who's some of the people you would name?
Definitely Will Hobbs. He's kind of our goat of NorCal. Aaron Solo's also from here. Bailey, she's like the queen of San Jose, and that's actually where I came from too. So she was a huge inspiration for me.
Okay. Will Hobbs, Aaron Solo, Bailey.
We also got Shotzi too, so we're doing pretty good over here.
Shotzi who?
Shotzi Blackheart.
We don't give y'all that, Brooke. She was here in Indiana working at bars and everything, so we claim her in Indiana. We can't give y'all
Gotcha. She claims Oakland though.
I mean, we talked to her about it, but we claim her here, so you know, we just leave that right there for right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, maybe we could share. Maybe.
Maybe we have to see. We have to work out some stuff. In your training and everything, and then your injury time, what is like some advice that you got over time to help you keep going? Because going through injuries for people at points, you can get discouraged and everything. So what was something that kept you going, or some advice that someone gave you?
Definitely, I think the most inspiring thing was that Cody, like, even though being such a busy person, he would check in like literally every month or so and check on me, see how I'm doing, just like give me motivation and stuff like that. And he never had any doubts that I would like not come back. So I was like, yeah, if he thinks it, then like I'm gonna run with that. And I don't know, just a bunch of other wrestlers that reached out with multiple injuries before too, like Austin Gunn. He's had so many knee surgeries, and he wrote me this really long, inspiring message about what he went through and stuff. So that, and like Anthony Ogogo, he's had at least 11 just on his eye, and he also was one of the people that had a lot of motivating things to say to me. So just the love from everyone was kind of what pushed me.
Okay. Let's push it a little bit more. Since you've been back, people don't get mad. I'm gonna say this: you've been having banger after banger after banger
After banger.
after banger after banger. You got a new fire in you, and you're not playing with nobody. You like anybody. You don't say it like this, but you like anybody can get it. Anybody.
Anyone, anytime, any place. Let's go.
Yeah. Do you mean that?
I mean it with my whole entire heart. I am back and my knees feel 110%, and I've never been more motivated and hungry for all these matches, and I want to get as many as I can as fast as I can.
Mm-hmm. Now, without the injury setback, you in training, what was your mindset for like 5 years in the wrestling? Like, where did you see let's not do that. Where do you see yourself in 5 years down the road in wrestling?
That one's so tough. I'm a big like in the moment type person, but I do have some goals that I would like to happen within 5 years. I want to wrestle in the UK, Japan. I kind of just want to take over the indies as much as I can. I feel like that's where I could gain the most experience and like get better in order to eventually like one day get a contract if that's in my future. So I definitely want to wrestle as many places as I can, maybe even Mexico. I got to wrestle in Canada already, and I'm going to be going back this year, so we'll see.
Did you really wrestle in Canada?
I don't know. I consider Vancouver, Canada still.
Okay. I mean,
But I should be going to Manitoba, so that's definitely Canada.
Okay. I'm just wondering because Vancouver, Canada. I mean, we give it to it, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
My grandpa actually lives in Vancouver, and that's like the only place I've visited. My mom grew up in Winnipeg, but we never really visited there. But nobody ever wants to accept Vancouver as Canada. It's so funny.
Do you consider yourself like Canada's pride? Your mom grew up in Canada. Yeah, I mean,
I definitely love Canada. It has a special place in my heart, and even just getting to wrestle out there, the type of talent they have is, I feel like it's super underrated, and they have so many great people. And Nicole Matthews is one of like the people out there that's so good. Jody Threat, like they just have so much talent out there. So I would definitely even like to train with them and stuff. So we'll see if that's in the future.
One thing that should happen in the future before we do our last questions that I asked here. You got back on AEW Dark, right? And you was in a match with Athena. And I mean, do you want to talk about this? Because I mean,
we actually don't talk about this. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We can talk about it.
I mean, I need you to get a rematch with her because I was like,
yeah, yeah.
She act like she didn't care for you, and I ain't like that. I ain't like that too much. I'm like, dang, the thing that just looked like she dropped her on her head. What's going on? But yeah, we need a rematch back out here.
Yeah, we'll definitely get that rematch. Who knows? Maybe I'll go to her school out in Texas and just take that rematch. We'll see.
Hold on, you talking spicy. I like that. You said you gonna go out to Texas to her school and take the rematch?
Yeah, we'll see.
If it happens, we need the blog about it. We need all types of blogs about it.
It'll be a whole vlog. I go to Texas to confront Athena.
Bro. Cut that clip right there, Trey. All right. Brooke, our last spot we do here, well, one of the last, is called our Put Yourself Over moment. This is where you tell the people your social media ways they can support you. If you have t-shirts, stickers, anything that people can buy, we just want you to put yourself over.
Hell yeah. So you guys can find me at Brooke Havok with a K on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I have a pro wrestling tees, prowrestlingtees.com/Brooke Havok. I also have bucket hats and beanies and stickers for sale too. So, and a bunch of 8x10s. So yeah, get your merch, guys.
Yeah, I see how she just put the stickers over. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna say it. She ain't had no stickers when I saw her.
I did have stickers, I promise.
I asked you about stickers. I don't think you had no stickers, bro.
I think I did.
I don't know. I'm on
I'll have to get you a sticker for sure.
I'm on a sticker collecting journey right now because I just found a whole bunch of 8x10s I had from years past, and I'm like, what do I even do with these 8x10s? So now I take the stickers and I put them on stuff that I have, and you know that helps a lot more. I don't know. We really don't talk about relationships on here, but you put it out there. You and the guy Alan Angels, you know what I'm saying? Y'all out here. If I see you, seems like on the same car, he may be on there. Y'all gonna do some intergender tag matches?
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely the goal. We've had a few so far, and they've been really fun. So, and like we happen to be on the same shows a lot, which is crazy and super cool to experience. But yeah, we definitely want to have more intergender matches.
Gotta write that down. Me and somebody been talking about something. Just getting teams together.
Hell yeah.
All right, cool. Our other person who usually is here, I'm gonna do this quick. We call it, her name's Dora. She likes to explore, so she asks random questions. I'm gonna ask you some of these random questions that she asks. It's not wrestling related, just fun questions. So, what is your favorite color?
Black for sure.
That's black. I was gonna say, can't be the leader of the emos, and it's not black.
Yeah.
What's your favorite snack food, and then your favorite food overall?
I would say my favorite snack food, like my favorite cheat snack is donuts. Like there's no chance where I could turn down donuts. And
Certain
then
place,
what was that?
certain place for the donuts, or just donuts overall?
I like to go to the crazy donut places with like Reese's donuts and stuff like that. There's a place called Psycho Donuts in the Bay Area. It's so good. It's great. And we have great tacos here too. So that would probably be like my favorite meal overall.
Tacos?
Street tacos, yeah.
You don't eat donuts and tacos together, do you?
No, never. I can't do two cheats like that.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Let's see. What is random your favorite smell?
Favorite smell? I don't know. That's a tough one. Um, uh, man, I can't really think of one right now. Maybe like the smell of the beach, because I grew up like smelling that a lot. We always went to the beach for family trips and stuff because it's so close. We're right on the coast.
That could work. Smell of the beach. I love the beach myself. Where is this from? Oh, Bath and Body Works. Black tie it's a great smell. That's something. It's a great smell. You know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. If you could be an animal, reincarnated as an animal, what animal would you be?
Um, maybe like a cow. I'm a huge fan of cows. They're so cute, and they kind of just lay around all day. Who wouldn't want to do that?
That's not a bad decision. A cow. First time for a cow on here, I believe. Yes, it is. And the last question we asked: what's one thing that can always make you smile?
This sounds like so cheesy, but I feel like wrestling always makes me smile, and the people in wrestling. I don't know.
Hey, it's not cheesy. We've had a lot of people have said that answer, so it's not cheesy. Look forward to that answer. I'm gonna ask this because I like it. I just want to see where you at. If you could be anybody for one day, who would you be?
Anybody in the world?
Anybody in the world.
Definitely. I'd probably say Kevin Garnett. I'm the biggest Kevin Garnett fan, so probably him.
KG?
Yeah, it's huge KG fan.
Stop it.
I swear.
You ever met KG?
No, I've never met him. I wish.
Guys, right over here. I almost said something got me in trouble. Brooke Havok. If you don't know her, you should know her. But I'm just saying, when you see her, like, she got star potential. She's moving, and she got on 2 knee braces. Imagine when them 2 knee braces come off.
We're gonna go crazy.
Go crazy out here. Just imagine. I don't even know what to tell them. Let's see. This is going into May. Do you got any upcoming shows in May that you want to tell people about?
I have a lot of crazy stuff coming up on May. I'll be on the East Coast, West Coast, Queen of Indies, Hood Slam.
Cincinnati? Oh, Queen of Indies on the West Coast. Okay, I'm thinking of another Queen of Indies. But you're on Queen of Indies. Are you in the tournament or are you in a special match?
I'm in a special match, tagging with Johnny Robbie against Milo and Rosie Riveter.
Not Mac Daddy.
Yeah. Her.
Had Mac Daddy on here. Not the Mac. Oh man. I don't know who I'm gonna go for. I'm not gonna make no choices on that match. All right. Queen of the Indies. Why are you not in the tournament? You trying to get in the tournament next year? Because I know they're gonna have a Queen of the Indies too.
Yeah, I'll definitely try to get in next year. I'm not mad about it though. I haven't had too much experience in wrestling. They have like so many great people that are extremely experienced in that tournament. So maybe that'll be me next year.
I also think because she's coming back and she's setting herself up for some matches. You and Nicole Savoy, I just feel like y'all should tangle. She's out there too in Cali.
Yes.
I'm just gonna put it out there. Before we leave, Brooke, any last things you want to tell the people that they should be watching out for that you have coming up, or anything before we go?
I don't know. I think that's it. Just come out to shows, guys. Meet me, say hi, watch the vlogs, and let's get emo.
Wait, is that your thing? Let's get emo.
Sometimes.
Okay, because I was gonna say I didn't hear that in no promos that I watched or anything. Let's get emo. Ooh, I got a perfect idea. But guy, Brooke, right over here. Make sure you know her from the Nightmare Factory in California. If you're on the West Coast, make sure you check her out. But she said in May she's gonna be out on the East Coast too, so you can catch her anywhere. In the next year to 6 months, you probably catch her at a lot of places because there's a lot of people talking. Brooke, thank you for giving us this time. And I'm Trady. And like I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too street high for the culture.
Tell me when to go.
Wrestling and you love wrestling, then we. You're not here, you missing out. Is this show?